you're scared, I think that's normal. If you're not scared, you're fierce, and that's awesome. And go for it. You know, be excited about it. Understand that, especially going to a top MBA program, it opens up so many doors and opportunities from a career perspective. I am going to Target full-time post-MBA, where I will be a merchandise buyer. I don't know what category of business I'll be over, but buyers at Target essentially have responsibility for stocking the inventory for a category of business. So for example, beauty. I would be the buyer for beauty, and I would get to talk to all of the vendors that sell Target makeup and, you know, facial products. And that would include, you know, the big CPGs like a Procter & Gamble or S.C. Johnson, and also include some of the smaller companies like a Shea Moisture that are, you know, want to be on Target shelves, or Oyen, for example. So I think it's a super cool job. Target is a great company that I find supports working mothers, you know, in a really great way, which was a very crucial thing that I was looking at for looking at a post-MBA job. I interned there over the summer, loved it, received an offer to come back full-time, and really am excited to go back. And yes, I am no longer a single mom. Not necessarily, I mean, you know, it was kind of like a badge of honor, I feel like, that I was wearing for a little bit, but I definitely feel blessed to have my husband around. I met him at business school. He was also a part of the consortium, again, which is the organization that partially funded my full tuition scholarship that I received at Tepper. And really didn't, you know, in the back of my mind going into business school, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what if I happen to meet a guy here? And then I was like, Monique, focus. Like, we're here for a job. We're here to get a job. We're here to learn. And, you know, to make sure that I can provide for Naja and myself comfortably and still do what I need to do, or what I want to do from a professional perspective. So meeting him was just a true blessing. We kind of spoke a little bit at our consortium networking event over the summer. The first day of orientation, I ended up offering to give folks a ride home. He was the only one who took me up on the offer. I found out, because he really, now that I know him, because it was the middle of the summer, it was a very hot day, and he, ironically being from the Caribbean, hates hot weather. So he was like, oh, I can get a ride in an AC car? For sure. Not knowing that for both of us, that would be the start of many conversations. So yeah, we met at Tepper. We're married in December, and are excited to be expecting our first due August. I'm due in August. So Target knows about it. I was very transparent with them in terms of, hey, you know, I'm expecting, I still plan on starting work July 20th, and we'll just be, you know, taking my maternity leave whenever baby decides to arrive. And they're totally fine with that. Actually wanted to kind of have the baby prior to starting, or right at the start of my job, which some people say sounds crazy. But again, this is baby number 2 for me. So it's a little bit easier in my mind, just in terms of, I don't have the shock of, I'm a new mom. What do I do? OMG. But also from a career perspective, there are 2 classes that are starting at Target. One starts in July and the other starts in September. So with the baby being due in August, once I come back from my 6 weeks of maternity leave, I'll basically be starting with the September class. So there's kind of no time lost. I think sometimes women look at having kids as setting them back in their careers, or, you know, having to take time off. And with Naja, my first, and obviously I'm planning with this second to take as minimal time necessary. When she can be in daycare at 6 weeks, I plan on being back at work. And, or I guess technically when she's 7 weeks, starting things off from there and just hitting the ground running. So again, my personal perspective, my personal desires, I know other women who take, 12 weeks, 14 weeks, 16 weeks, and I think that's awesome. I think, this whole motherhood and career management thing is a personal choice. I think whatever a woman decides to do, whether she's pulling a Marissa Mayer and working for, after 2 weeks, she's back on her feet, that's her own decision. If she's okay with that, then that's fine. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to learning a lot at Target, building up my skill set around general management, learning a little bit more about retail, learning a little bit about the way Target does business as a top retailer in the US, and really looking forward to doing that while I'm also being a new mom. I want to have a few kids. So this is all just really kind of a blessing in that timing wise, I was able to find someone special who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with and, grow, really raise a family together with.